following the impeachment of Obasa, Lagos State Speaker, what do you have to say concerning the first action concerning this impeachment?
Well, excuse me, Honorable Mudashiru Obasa is the lawmaker representing Agege, I guess Agege 1 constituency,
yes,
in the Lagos State House of Assembly, and by record before us is the longest serving member of the Lagos State House of Assembly currently. By the year 2027, he will have spent about I think 4 terms in the Lagos State House of Assembly, either 4 or 5 times thereabouts. But what really matters most now is the news about his impeachment by his colleagues, and from what we have also gathered, his former deputy Mojisola Miranda has now been elected as the new Speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly. Well, the news is still unfolding. We're yet to get to know how many members of the House were present and how many voted for his impeachment. But the fact remains that it's a big blessing to politicians that in the House of Assembly or even in the National Assembly is one among equal. Of course, we cannot have 2 speakers at the time, the same way we can't have 2 governors at the same time or 2 presidents at the same time. So if you are elected either way, as the speaker, as the president, or as the governor, you know there's always a banana peel. So you must tread cautiously and you must respect the law. You must also respect your colleagues, your members. And the best way to also survive, from my own experience as a journalist who has also covered the governor's office and also the same Lagos State House of Assembly for years, you must also work in tandem with the laws of the land, and also by your position as the speaker, you must work closely with the governor of the state, because the speaker and the governor, they are like Siamese twins that are very difficult to separate. You must work in tandem with the governor. That doesn't mean that everything that the governor brings to you must scale through without doing the due diligence. But in doing the due diligence, in ensuring that the due process are followed, it has a limit, because you must do things in the overall benefit and interest of over 20 million Lagosians.
All right, some say that due to the conflict between him and the governor, and during his statement during the budgeting, Lagos State budget last year, they instigated his impeachment.
Well, between me and you, sincerely, many political watchers, they saw it coming. Sincerely, they saw it coming, but because we have seen some kind of disagreement between the governor and the speaker that has even come to the ordinary supposed to have been dealt with in-house. You saw it come into the media. We also saw them come into the open, which sincerely is also not good for a state where we also have the president emerged from. So it looks like the handwriting is already on the wall from the speaker, and some political watchers also felt like maybe he was going to also reverse his step. But unfortunately, like they do say, the rest is now history for him.
So as we know that Lagos is no man's land, I believe he has equal right to perform as a Lagos State governor.
Well, no one says that the speaker shouldn't aspire for the position of the governor in 2027. Just like I said earlier, that is the current longest serving member of Lagos State House of Assembly. And he has also served as speaker for almost about 10 years. So if you want to go by that record, of course, he's also qualified to stand for election as the governor of the state. But anything you want to aspire as a politician, anything you want to do as even ordinary Nigerian, you must tread cautiously. You must also apply brake when you have to. You must also apply knowledge when you have to. You must also apply wisdom, likewise diplomacy. I think most of these are found wanting if you look at the record of now the former speaker, Mudashiru Obasa.
So do you think the appointed speaker now, Miranda, will do much better? What should we expect?
It's a new dawn at the Lagos State House of Assembly. It's like they say in Yoruba parlance that Obamewa is Bamewa. Nobody rules forever. Nobody rules forever. Somebody was the speaker before he became the speaker. Now that he has been removed or impeached, as the case may be, now we have Mudashiru Miranda as the speaker. So, well, it's just for her to also learn from the experience of her predecessor, and also to carry the members along and work closely with the governor for the overall benefits of over 20 million Lagosians.
Record have it that she will be the first female speaker in the history of Lagos State.
Like some people say, what a man can do, a woman maybe probably or possibly can do better. So, of course, she also stood for election, and she was elected the same way Obasa was elected. So, how come that during election they didn't see her as a female politician or gender disparity? And you know, in the House of Assembly, either at the state or the national level, it's one among equal. They're all the same. They were all elected from their constituency, and they found themselves together at the National Assembly or the State Assembly, as the case may be. But somebody must lead as the speaker, and that's why Obasa was then elected. Now we have someone else in the person of Mudashiru and Miranda. Well, I wish I will, and I also want to remind her of the banana peel that's always around. And but if you know how you play your game, you will survive it. But if you don't know how to play your game, I don't want to predict what can also happen if she doesn't play the game well and also according to the rule.
It was said due to mismanagement of funds, that was what surround Obasa's impeachment. And
I cannot categorically say the reason why he was impeached, but what was known to the public, we saw a kind of disagreement between him and the government. Of course, that's also part of democracy, that's also part of politics. But if it goes beyond ordinary, it's where we can now say, oh boy, you have to tread cautiously. And don't also forget that this is the state that also produced our current Mr. President. So he can look the other way and allow his legacy, you know, to be dealt with in a way that in a way and manner that will not be good for the people of the state. You can't allow people to also shatter his dream, shatter his legacy. That can also be a contributory factor to this political development that is unfolding in the state of acquiring splendor and the center of excellence.
Okay, before letting you go, what word do you have for the political leaders? Because
it's just for us to know that there is the only thing that is permanent in life is change. And whether we like it or not, change will always come. Either it comes naturally, or sometimes it also comes by force. What has come as a change in the case of Obasa is by force, because ordinarily he wouldn't have wanted people to impeach him or to remove him. So it is a change that came in a kind of in a forceful way, in a forceful manner.
Very will be surprised. It's not expecting it.
Life itself is a surprise, and whether we like it or not, life is full of ups and downs. You cannot have it rosy from morning to night. There are times that there are smiles on your face, and there are times that you also shed tears. Maybe this is time for Obasa to also see the other side of life, that once you are in power, you have to tread cautiously.
All right, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah.